Well, good morning, traders, and certainly a soggy lead-in from Wall Street on Friday, anyhow. But we've seen equity indices, crude, and risk effects under pressure this morning. So traders clearly getting out of bed the wrong way this morning. There's been a lot of focus on the US-China relationship. There's a lot of obviously the aggressive rhetoric we've been seeing from the likes of Trump and his sort of broader administration. We've got our eye firmly on what's happening in dollar CNH. That's being used now more as a proxy of what's happening in the Aussie dollar and some of the China proxies. So if dollar CNH, which you can see here, has broken through that downtrend, the recent downtrend, if that continues to go higher, then you see the dollar probably outperform, and certainly some of the China proxies like the Aussie and the Kiwi, finding better sellers in this market would be looking for shorting opportunities in Aussie Swiss and Aussie Yen as well. We've obviously got our eyes on the data this week. Non-farm payrolls number on Friday. Okay, we've been bracing ourselves for a very, very ugly number indeed. But it seems like it's going to be too big a number for it not to be a volatility event. So we've got our eye on the VIX and whether implied vol kicks up this week is something to be watching. Have a look at the S&P, because we saw that rejection of the 61.8% Fibo. There's a fairly clearly pronounced hammer pattern that's evolved here, and that's not just thematic on that market, but across a whole range of different equity indices as well. Okay, let's have a look at risk FX. You can see the NOK down 1.3%, so it has been a fairly lively open relative to the US dollar. Some of these moves that you're seeing in high beta effects, quite sharp. Have a look at that dollar CNH, the white line. You can see that's obviously moved higher on Friday. And you can see this against the Aussie dollar against the US dollar, the blue line. I've flipped that upside down to show you the relationship. So if that dollar rallies against the CNH going forward, you'd expect that relationship to hold and Aussie dollar to trade lower and some of the other China proxies to trade lower as well. Have a look at the open so far. So we've got the futures open. S&P futures down 1.3%, NASDAQ 1.2%, Russell small caps down 2.4%. Now, SPY futures in Australia did close on Friday down 0.1%. Obviously, that doesn't encapsulate this big move that we've seen down in the futures this morning. Have a look at what we've seen in crude futures as well. June down 5.7%, July 3.6%. So it's down across the curve, but front month struggling a little bit. We're yet to see what's happening in fixed income, but certainly a risk-off vibe playing through markets this morning.